Alright, hello, hello! Welcome in, stargazers. Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, why does this channel have like the slowest chat for some reason? I don't understand why. Oh, hello, Viviana. Hello, hello, Burger. Hello, Aqua. Hello, Starbaker. Hello, Babylon. Hello, Daho. Random turn invasion event. Okay then. Hello, Trion. Hello, MG. Hello, Eritane. Luke's out. Oh, okay, bye, have fun. Alright, Eritane, no worries, no worries. Hello, hello. Starlight is tiny again. I am. It's just, it's easier. I'm like, I could be doing better. So this is just an easier way to do things. I figured like, hang on. Ugh. I figured that, today we could just do something chill. Because, I'm doing, what am I trying to say? Where are my words? Where are my words here? I want to, try a stream where, I am, just not having to finish stuff, just doing, like, chill sketch, just cute, silly, fun things, and then if you guys have any art questions and want demos or something, I'm happy to offer that. And be fun when the guys are coming in and go, whoa, I start so early. I'm so sorry if I confused you guys with the daylight savings. I forgot that was a thing. Like, I knew... Okay, here's the thing. I know that daylight savings is a thing, and then I forget that it affects stream scheduling. So I'm just like, it's 2 o'clock at whatever point is normally 2 o'clock. Like, I don't really, like, change it depending on daylight savings, you know? I'm just like, if the clock says 2, then that is the time, or whatever the time zone is for you, but, like, the number is consistent, right? So I don't know if, like, the actual time is. And then I think the problem is, like, we don't start it at the same time. I think that's the main issue, right? We don't start it at the same time, so it's like off. It's like off from where a lot of you guys are. I don't know. Sorry to confuse you. I apologize. I remember it's a thing. I forget that it affects live streaming. So I apologize. I hope that people don't get frustrated with the scheduling. Hopefully we can still have people who are able to step in here for a bit. Sorry about that. Daylight savings time is stupid. I agree. You know, we need to get Crony on that. We need to, like, tell her to do something about that. Hello, Catch, and hello, ZM. Yeah, just cozy stream today. Just cozy stream. I thought it would be just... I rarely have art streams where I'm not trying to complete a project. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not, like, 100% today, so let's do a stream where I don't have to complete a project. Let's just have fun. Let's just doodle, right? When's the last time we've done that? When's the last time we just had fun doodling? I don't know. I thought it would be nice. I want to try out some more cozy styles anyway. I think we were talking in the creative cafe about, like, watercolor styles. I'm like, oh, you know what? I really miss watercolor styles. Let's like try doing some watercolor styles. I thought that would be fun. Hello, Aegis. Welcome in. But yeah, if you guys have any, like, art questions or demos that you want me to do at all, then just let me know. Otherwise, I just sort of want to experiment. I bought some new digital brushes. We'll try them out, see if any of them are good. See if we want to just... I want it to be very experimental today. Digital watercolor. Yeah. Alright. Without further ado, let's see how that goes. Whoop. And I also have a big canvas here. Big watercolor canvas as well. About to finish your second birthday poster today. So close to your birthday. Can't wait. That's exciting. Do I have a finger paintbrush? I do not have a finger paintbrush. But I have... What do I have? I got something called a weird round pencil. That's actually the name of it, weird round pencil. And it's like, it's a little more textury. If I make it really big, you can kind of see. It's got like cool textures going on with it. I got lazy watercolor. It gets darker the harder you press. I have opacity pencil, which is really good just for doing like really quick stuff. It almost has like an ink feeling to it. And this is all like different tests, and then we have some here that are like basic watercolors, right? More standard watercolor feeling. So I thought we could just sort of play around with them, you know, throw in some color, throw in some experimentation. It's a lot of fun to do. Jump between these, and you can make cool effects. I like playing with different brushes from time to time, and then when you have the paper texture as well, we duplicate that. We can put it as like an overlay or something. Maybe not an overlay, maybe multiply? Let me see. I'll have to experiment a little bit with that. Basically, you can just keep it so that it's keeps your texture throughout what you're working on, right? If you just sort of do it in between, then it'll kind of give you that watercolor-like appearance. But let's see, let's grab like a, I don't know, maybe if we want to sketch in like a lighter color today? I want to go with stuff that's like, I don't know, cute, soft, chibi. The weird round pencil is interesting, I'm kind of liking that one. I'd call you a noble tyrant, but after recent gastronomic revelations, I don't think I can. What does that mean? I can feel the canvas texture through the screen. It's nice. I don't know, I wanted to just sort of play around today, you know? I feel like we haven't gotten to play around much. Let me think here. What would be good? I don't know. Let's start with something simple, right? Let's just start with like, maybe we'll just start with a bunny. Bunny is good, bunny is simple, bunny's a good way to warm up, right? I think so. Just do something fun. Just make it chill. Doesn't even have to be a stargazer, it can just be like, just a regular bunny. And the nice thing about all these textured materials is that everything's very loose, you know? Nothing really has to be, I don't want to make that like almost like a slate gray, I think. Yeah, so it kind of does have that feeling of being more of a natural color. The nice thing about these brushes is that, like, they don't really demand anything of you. You can keep it really loose and really rough. And just sort of have fun with it, right? Just sort of like, wherever your mind wants to go with it. The line art doesn't have to be clean, and that's such a blessing sometimes, when you don't have to make clean line art, when you can just, like, go with the flow and see what happens. When we still do have an undo tool, which is nice. I don't know, just sort of playing around, seeing where things want to go. And I don't get to do this often, right? I don't get to just sort of like, I don't get to play enough. I don't do enough art play. And I think I should probably do it a little bit more. I think I should be doing more art play. It's hard sometimes when you're looking at a blank canvas and you don't entirely know, like, what your plan is for a piece, but just doing, like, a little bit of rough sketches, maybe taking some suggestions from time to time of, like, you know, what's, like, a simple thing that we could do? It could be, like, an animal, it could be, like, a food, whatever. And just sort of have fun. Be very chill about it. See what happens. Make, like, a little cottontail or something. Rare chill bit of a rabbit would be a rare bit. And a frog would be a rare bit. Oh. Just add like a little pause here. I don't know. First one's probably not going to be great, because, you know, we just started. We're still trying out. We're still seeing what works. Good way to make things cute is just doing, like, you know, simple dot eyes, maybe. really low to the face, giving a, and having the nose really close to the eyes. I feel like the leg needs to be a little more relaxed, too. Let me try that again. Try something like this. I don't usually draw like this super cutesy either, so again, a lot of it is really just playing around. Can you tell that I've been like on Instagram lately, looking at all the cutesy uwu type of like stationery and stuff? One thing I've seen artists do for art play I found neat is randomly pick a color and draw only using shades of it, whatever the color in question inspires. Okay, interesting. Let's try that then. What would be a good color for the rabbit then? It doesn't have to be blue, that's just my sketching color. Sure, we'll try that. Just using a single color, huh? We're only using shades of it. Okay, let's try it. Let's change to our lazy watercolor. Throw out a color, any color. Now I'm curious about this. Man, this YouTube... What is wrong with the side channel chat, seriously? I wish I knew how to fix that. Maybe it's because of stream elements? I don't think... No, because I'm literally just seeing YouTube chat, so that shouldn't... Cream? Cream color? Might be a little tricky. In terms of, like, keeping it all in cream color? You can try. Various shades of cream color. Okay, let's try it. Let's get a base down. Let's change the line art to, like... maybe like that, a little lighter. Let's change the light art to a warmer color then. It's like a Cadbury bunny or something. Alright, and then all within this color scheme, huh? Alright. Let's try throwing this on. Make it a little brighter. Choice paralysis was killing, so I went and found a random color picker, put it in Starlight Chat. There you go. Random color picker. There you go. That works too. We'll do this one in cream. I'm curious to see how this would go. Probably needs a little bit of a warmer tone. Give it a little bit of a blush. Let's see, maybe like, yeah, let's use the rough wash here, sort of. See if we can get a little bit of a nice gradient with our... I love the rough wash brush because it gives like a really nice textured feeling. And then let's do maybe a little bit of peach here. Spun is giving mocha latte art in the best way. Love it. And then let's see. How can we... I'm trying to think. If you want to do... there's a color theory thing. If you want to make a cool color, then using the gray of your base is probably the best way to do it. This is still within the color wheel of the yellow, but because it's gray, it's gonna feel a little cooler. So maybe we'll do that like a little bit on the edge here. It's hard. It's actually really hard to not go out of this general area. It's actually kind of an interesting challenge. Because I keep wanting to shift the color around. But instead, practicing with the gray is kind of an interesting way to force you to see with what you got, right? Let's do something a little bit... Let me brighten this part up a little. It's getting a little too muddy. I want it to have, like, a little bit of color variety, so it's not super boring, right? You know what else I was thinking? And this is kind of tricky, because you know, it depends so much on, clarity. But I was thinking, you know, you never see, like, emotes done in a watercolor style, and I know it's hard to make watercolor look bold enough in the same way that a flat digital color does, but it honestly is something I kind of want to try because I really feel like so many emotes all look the same. And I was looking at the emote stickers from Dracolove, right? With Reed and Necras. And I'm like, you know what? You never see that in, like, an emote form. You see it in a sticker form, but you never see it in an emote form. Like, why is no one selling, like, emotes that have a little bit more visual variety in them? Right? Like, I feel like that could be a thing. If you just make the edges dark enough, I feel like it can still work. The difference is, like, I know it's really far away, so no one's really gonna care, but people showcase, like, close-ups of the emotes all the time. So really, how different does that make it? And I was just thinking that it looks so... I love the texture look. I love rough texture looks. I actually really love the watercolor look, but I didn't do it for a really long time because I hate working messy. So being able to do, like, digital watercolor is a big game changer. But even traditional watercolor, I learned that traditional watercolor doesn't even have to be that messy. Which kind of makes a huge difference too, right? Alright. So we can sort of, like, soften this up. And then what's really cool with watercolor is that you sometimes do these really, really bright highlights that are just pure... You would take, like, a gel pen to it, right? Let me see if I have, like, the... I need the piece that's, like, really bright here, so it has, like, a nice highlight difference. Hello, so late. We're up trying new brushes and doing silly unscripted painting. This might just be from my IRL experience. The gray is really hitting the watercolor feel for me. Yeah, because, like, the colors are gonna mix and kind of get a little messy, right? So it kind of would... It makes sense that the gray sort of invokes that feeling, I think. So if you're doing traditional watercolor, you might leave this color out. You might leave out the white, or you might go in with, like, an acrylic afterwards and sort of add in extra detail. I've seen both. Both are valid. Seen both, done both. It's kind of a nice way to just get, like, a little bit of extra texture you otherwise wouldn't have. It kind of gives a little bit of a... I don't know, it helps finish off the piece. It gives it a little bit more of, like, a storybook feeling, I think. Start using something else than Kuro? I am, yes. I'm playing around with the brushes. I can do that, believe it or not. I can do that. I feel so bad for Kuro right now. Because the name of the brush is just the name of the artist who provides the brush. And poor Kuro is getting so burnt out on social media, and he's like not finding love with his art anymore, and I feel really bad for him because he inspires me and so many others so much. I tried telling him, like, your brushes are the only ones I use. But I can understand. Like, it's gotta be a lot of pressure, right? Alright, I think one other thing that's really fun, that I don't get to do too often, but is really fun, and I'm kind of breaking the cream color, but that's okay, is just sort of, like, repainting over some of the lines, but use, like, a really vibrant color. I see this a lot, too, and it kind of changes the feeling. It makes the piece vibrate a bit, you know? Makes the whole piece get a little bit of a vibration. Adds a little more energy. And there's sometimes where you'll see, like, little dabs of, like, cyan or something thrown in, right? In this case, I'm just doing, like, a pink. So the color inside the character is still, like, the one main tone, and then the line art we're just throwing around and adding a little bit more interest to. And then, you know what? Why don't we try it? What if we did throw around... Cyan is just such an interesting color when people just add a tiny bit to it. Not a lot, just enough to sort of, like... I don't know. In this case, it's giving it almost a 3D feeling. Maybe we'll try... Maybe cyan's not good. Maybe we'll try, like, a purple for it. Purple might be good. Yeah, I like purple. It's a little closer to what we have, so it's not as jarring. Kind of giving a little bit of an Easter feeling, I think. It just makes it, like, more interesting, more colorful. Yeah, cyan, mint, and lavender are fun colors to throw around. Exactly, yeah. Might make the eyes a little easier to see. As well as the nose here. Yeah. That's a fun warm-up piece, I think. Cyan is very piercing. Gotta wield it like a scalpel. Exactly. I'm just doing like a tiny little extra here. I don't normally get to do this. I don't normally give myself the option to just play. And I really like it, so glad we have the opportunity. You put forth a suggestion for the warm-up doodle. Yeah, go right ahead. These highlights are making me want to put on 3D glasses. There we go. Just a little bit. Keep that a little warmer, I think. Yeah, I like that. In Starlight Chat? Give her your own spin. Oh, Ninja! Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be fun. You can definitely do Ninja. Let's see. Ooh, you know what? Okay, actually, I wanna play around with the white then. Let's do the really nice white and pink color combo. That would be good. Let me see here. Let's try blue for the outline, just because I think it's easier to work that way sometimes. Okay. And then I think it would look cute if I drew her sitting while she's holding the bear. Let's see here. Make sure the size is about right. I think she's called, Miffy in other places, so you might know her as Miffy. See, her ears are pretty close together. It's so funny because, I've seen her in so many shops recently, like so many Japanese shops. And it's so funny to me that, that Japan is, like, falling in love with Naincha. I mean, she does look very Sanrio, so I understand it, but I still think it's funny. No, she's actually not Sanrio. But she looks Sanrio, so I'm guessing that that's why Japan likes her so much. It's just funny to me that it's like, so late, right? I forget, she doesn't have paw pads, right? They would just be like regular feet. Not really sure. She ain't learned something new every day. No, she is not Sanrio. She is her own, franchise. Hello, Void! Welcome in! We are, we're just doing, like, chill, soft, happy doodles today, because we don't really get a chance to do that often. I'm not really at my highest energy level today, so I just thought that it would be nice to do, like, some really low-key cute stuff today. There we go. But yeah, I'm fixing the line art a little bit, but as you can see, it's still really, really rough. This style kind of allows me to work a lot looser. You know, watercolor kind of really can't be, perfect. So, it's a really good excuse to work loose type of style. No worries, Janu, no worries. You are not alone there, don't worry. I apologize for the confusion as well. I haven't seen Arcanite. I know they're gonna- I know he's gonna be, like, really frustrated, because it's probably gonna hit him with daylight savings too. I'm sorry for the confusion that this is causing everyone. Let's see here. Kind of hard with the bare face here. This brush does not really make easy round shapes, that's for sure. There we go. That's good. I like that. Sorry, late. Family stuff all good now, though? I'm glad to hear good now. Did I walk into you just apologizing for DST? Anyway. Alright, let's try something like this. And I think her ears are a little more pointed at the top, so we'll just add like a little curvature here. Did you draw the bunny on the right, or is that reference? We did draw the bunny on the right. It's a warm-up bunny. We did a warm-up bunny, and now I'm drawing Ningxia. Let's see, Ningxia is pure white, so let's... Oof, I wish I knew how to do that. Let me see if I can figure it out. I really like that style where, the white peeks through, but I don't know it well enough yet. I'm still really new to watercolor, so I don't have that down quite yet, but I do really like that style. Let's see if we can play with a little. Let's at least give ourselves, like, a little bit of a white wash here, because this texture is a little dark. Let me see if we can lighten it a little. It's better. I don't want it to be super dark. I want it to still, like, I'm trying to figure out how to get the texture. Let's see here. Can I lighten it? Would that work? Because there's a multiply layer on it, that's the problem. Maybe I'll just try to reduce it a little here. Maybe I'll do... Okay, what if I do this? Does lightening that do anything? That might help. That might help. Trying to keep the overlays to keep the texture. Not entirely easy. And it's hard to see, but I'm hoping that it just sort of adds to it. Let's see. Do like a very light blue around the face. And you don't want to go too high, because then it's going to look like, you know, 5 o'clock shadow. So you just want to do it like right on the edge here. Just so it looks, just so you're getting a little bit of shading where the round shadow of a spherical form is, right? Because her head is very spherical, and we're just sort of trying to express that. And white and blue is always a really good color combo to work with. Don't worry, Weston Fox, everyone's getting so confused by the time zone. I apologize. Vessa, don't ignore me, okay? Just ignore me. Make that a little more peachy. Don't ignore me, okay? Very well, I won't ignore you. You know what I meant! Oh. I feel bad that it's confusing the stargazers, okay? It makes me feel bad. I wish I could ask Crony for help and, like, figure out the time situation. The bunnies are like the fox, easily confused. At least this is turning out really cute. I love watercolor. I love watercolor style. It just makes everything sweet. Everything's sweet and gentle. Watercolor. It's just such a cozy medium, I guess, you know? It's like... It's just... There's something about it that just feels very, very fluffy. Very happy. We can do the same with the bear here. And like when things spill over, it's okay, because it's like, it's easy to fix, and it can just be rough and light, and I don't know. It's good vibes. It makes me happy. I'm just glad we found out today, otherwise me not setting up Nightingale on time might have been delayed by tomorrow's stream. It's okay. It's alright. Yeah, we're starting with Nightingale Opera. Is that... Alright, how do you... How do people... Okay, let me try if I add the gray. I'm gonna do a little bit of the gray to make it, like, a little more. And then maybe peach? How do people get such good color theory with this stuff? You know? Like... I want to do more than that. I just don't know how to push it a little further. And then there's peach here. Orange here. If we get any on the foot, it's okay. You can easily paint it around. It's a little more forgiving than real watercolor in that way. Which is good when real watercolor makes you anxious. See if I can do like a little bit on the edge sometimes, where the light would hit. Make that a little more like a pink. Oh, I just realized, does Ninja wear orange because it's the color of Netherlands? I just realized that. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that the reason? This should actually probably be in shadow now that I'm thinking about it. Because that's like where your sleeve would go. And then let's try doing the thing where we add a little bit more visuals. Let's try maybe the peach color again. Try maybe a lighter one. I can't actually find anything on her orange shirt, but it might be. It just sort of occurred to me. I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, because orange would be such an unusual color to use normally, right? So I'm like, I feel like that would make sense. But I don't know. It could be anything. And then let's do a little bit of pure white here. You can always just do a little extra texture. Let me see if I can get that right. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of extra texture on the clothes. I don't know why, but like the stripes, the little stripe texture always kind of just adds a lot in a good way. Makes it feel a little fluffier, I guess. I don't know. And we'll add a little bit of a rougher wash down here. So there's like a little bit of a shadow. See if I can make that a little more saturated so it's not so gloomy colored. And then it allows the arm to show a little bit easier too. Maybe we'll make it a little bit lighter here. Be like about there? Maybe it's best without it. Maybe it's best without it. And we'll just sort of tilt it over a little bit. Oop. There we go. Fun fact, the inspiration for Nensha was a rabbit that Dick Bruna, the author, saw during their vacation in the dunes at sea. Oh, that's funny! assuming you didn't have time to read my Discord message a while back, just thought I'd ask here. Would you be interested in me continuing my work on the chat again? I've got more time now. Chat again. I would like to make something nice for it. I just, I wanna redo like a lot of the overlay in general, and I haven't had time to like lay that out in any cohesive way yet. It would be nice to have some, like, I don't know. I think the overlay needs work, and I don't know how to do it yet. I mean, yeah, at some point. I think right now I probably have a little too much on my plate. But it might be something that we could try revisiting. I do really want to upgrade the overlay. I just haven't really had a chance to think about it. So did I make this a little too... We need to squish it a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. All right. There we go. We're doing cute things. We're learning cute things. Let me put that in a folder real quick. Buzz says, so Dune obsessed, he can't even focus on the real life, just dunes by the water that naturally appear. Let me move this bunny to another layer as well. Bleh. Alright, what else here? What else do we got? What else can we think of here? That's the scary part about, like, I just want to doodle, and then it's like, but the blank page. The blank page. Let me see here. I'm not actually very good at doodling. I always need some sort of prompt. I'm trying to just think of, like, a thing. Maybe, like... Let me see here. Be... See how this might work. Oh wait, what was that? Oh, that's Kuro ink. I'm like, wait, why does it look so good? Ah, yes. Oh my gosh. Kuro ink is just so automatic for me. I'm just playing around at this point. Let's see here. Gave typical sailor sail line balancing a ball at first. Let me see, I probably have to make the body bigger here to fit everything. Wings are probably a little too high. We need to make the wings a little lower here. There we go, that's better. That feels a little bit better. On. Excuse me. Whoop. Thank you. Make it like happy and content is good, right? I know you don't want to believe me, but there are good dragons out there. There are. Let's see if I can do like a nice tail here. You were right. We don't believe you. Are the good dragons metallic? Have you ever seen metal that looked like fur? What do you mean metallic? Am I missing something here? It's a D&D fantasy thing? Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with D&D tropes, unfortunately. D&D splits dragons into chromatic, metallic, and gemstone. Metallic means scales made of metal, or look like it at least. Oh, okay, interesting. Also, hello again, Eritane. Hello again. In D&D, the metallic dragons are good, the chromatic dragons are evil, because everything has to follow the dang alignment chart. Bane of my existence. Fair enough. Not all dragons are good, just like not all bunnies are good, but there are good dragons. Best dragons are gemstone ones. I'm pretty sure I had to do a commission for a gemstone dragon. I'm pretty sure from Artemis. I had a gemstone dragon commission because I know it was D&D related. Yes, exactly. That was fun. I really enjoyed doing that piece. I had a lot of fun doing that piece. Let's see here. Trying to think of what this one will be doing. Dragonborn also follow chromatic, metallic, or gemstone rules, since Dragonborn are offshoot of dragons. That makes sense. Maybe your tail will be more split off, like... that in-between style. I don't know, I can't really think of what he's holding, so he's just holding a cupcake. I have no real good ideas at this time today. My head is fairly blank today, so I'm just chilling. How do you feel about today being Super Monday? It's like Monday but super? What? So confused as always, gotcha. In terms of eyes for floofy critters, sometimes the floof eyebrows that go over the eyes are cute. Oh, like those dog breeds? We had chaos a few hours ago. I see that as a win for you, Star. Fair enough. Shiba Inus? No, I think you're thinking of the dog that's like, that has like the, usually fluffy ears, and then has like the, let me see if I can do it. It's gonna have to be lower. This thing, right? Type of fluff eyebrow from fur. Monday's the Death Note opening. Super Monday is the second Death Note opening. That's the best way to explain it. That didn't tell me anything. That didn't tell me anything at all. What do you mean? These types of dragons are usually very overdressed, but I don't know the details of how overdressed they are. The dragon design? No, I'm biased toward dragons in general. Monday's like pushing down the stairs. Super Monday's like pushing down the super stairs. That's the best way to explain it. Oh, goodness. Vessa, the stream said that it was a chill stream. Don't you remember? Legally speaking, I don't think you get to decide that. Wow, okay. You know, this dragon's face is, like, way too out of proportion for me right now. How did you get so out of proportion? You goofy creature. There we go. That's better. Oh, okay, that looks a lot better. Make this a little lower, because gravity exists. Out of proportion, looks fine to me. The neck was, like, way too craned over. You'd hurt your neck doing that. girlfriend shaped. What type of paws don't make sense? I guess it's like a bear? What would you even have here? Maybe it's just all fluffy, I don't know. Alright, I gotta move this up a little, so it's less disproportionate here too. That's better. A dragon has the vibes of a Labrador, and that's good. Let's try purple? I don't know. We're just playing with the color here. Let's just add this in really quickly. I'm just adding a base coat. We can keep adjusting and changing things. And I'm not using the selection tool because this way it's just a lot more natural. You know, if I miss pieces, then that's just part of it. You just go in really quickly and throw in some stuff. And then we'll lock that, make that a little lighter. Yeah. Tiny bit of white in him gives a mischievous, smug side-eye instead of pure bliss. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Tiny bit of white? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this is nice and this is a lazy watercolor. Wow. This is indeed lazy watercolor. Very fitting. Make those like a little bit lighter. Start breaking up the color a little. Making it a little more interesting visually. You look like 1 pixel white in the dragon's eye. My gosh. Let's see, or maybe like a little... We're just throwing in color, haphazardly. Haphazardly, but amusingly. The eye, right? Looks like a full crescent at first. Look closer, it's not completely filled, hence mischievous side-eye. Oh my gosh. And do a little bit of a edge here for a very quick highlight. Probably would have a white belly, I would imagine. This is looking cute. You can see I'm being super, super loose with the coloring. Like, I'm just not being careful about it, and it's making it really rough and fun and just nice and silly. I'm not being careful, and that makes it more enjoyable, honestly. A little strawberry cupcake. Why not? Looks like Spyro. Just because it's purple? Because nothing else about this looks like Spyro. Fluffy Spyro. I think this is very, very different from your standard Spyro, I would imagine. Very fluffy dragon indeed. Maybe we'll grab like a little bit of that warmer color and add a little bit. Very subtly. Like, where can I do that? Maybe like around here. Warming up some areas. I really love this rough color, don't have to worry type of approach to things. It's like everything is unclean and it's glorious. There we go. Kind of ended up with like a sunset-y color. Or something. And look, gasp, it still looks fantastic. I'm trying to use this as like... I'm trying to use this as like art therapy, you know? I'm trying to use this as like an art therapy of like, you can work this way and it still works. This is my art therapy, guys. It's very galaxy colored. It's a fun color scheme, what can I say? I'm totally not biased. It's not like my capelet is the exact same. Suspiciously close to your own color scheming. Look, I default to what I know, right? Still. Ah! We are way out of bounds now. I mean, I could always hue shift it to something completely different, you know? That's the fun thing about this. You can always just, like, you can always experiment. Right? Have, like, a jade dragon or something, or a... Oh, that's actually really... That's a good color scheme. You can always play around. You can always see what works. Ooh, I actually like that. That's nice. That looks good. You need to do a little bit of cleanup, of course, but it's not bad, actually. I do like that color scheme. You can always play around a little. Make a pink dragon. Make a sunny dragon. You know, this one kind of looks like sherbet colors. A midnight blue? What would that look like? I don't think I have enough of the variation to do that super well, but... Because I added too much variety of color, so it wouldn't entirely flow, but... Let's see, I kind of like it a little cooler, though. It was like, where was that? Yeah, well, that's just closer to my own scheme, so of course I would say that, huh? Make it more pink. Pink actually looks really cute. That's actually, that's really nice too. You can do anything with this, you know? You can just experiment. You have an assortment of dragons here. This is just the same thing, but just a little bit more pastel-y. Yeah, you can kind of do whatever you want here. I like this because it sort of cools the blue shadow too. Yeah, you can always have fun with it. Not chromatic, metallic, or gemstone, we are looking at the jelly dragon. It's still fluffy. Fluffy with lots of accessories. Clone them in all the different schemes, put them in buckets, you're ready to open shop. What? Why the... What are the buckets for? Yeah, you can just do what you want. You can just have fun with it. I feel like it might have, like, the scales down his back too, but I don't really know. I wanted to have fun. Originally, I was going to, make him all white, but then we'd just done Ninja, so I was like, it's a little overdone. The sherbet dragon. Would definitely be great in the bakery, too. Let's add, like, a little bit of a lighter... If you change the line art color, you can make it really sweet looking too. Make it really fluffy, really happy. Changing the line art can actually, like for any piece, changing the line art can drastically change the feeling of a piece. Like the line art color. Softening things up with the line art can do a lot, honestly. And if you don't want to go over it, you can also just, lock it and color it, and it'll do the same thing. Now it's really fluffy happy. A jelly dragon? Get real, you're thinking of a fairy dragon. Does kind of have a little bit of a fairy aspect. This is like a pure indulgence dragon. This is such a pure indulgence color scheme for me. I would love to have like, this would make such a good stuffed animal. Just like a really big, happy, fluffy dragon. Ugh. This is so... This kind of design is just so selfish for me. I love it. I love it so much. It's such a self-indulgent design. When one life size take up the whole room, worth it. It'd be just like a different version of like a plush Snorlax. Astral Dragon, Master of the Cosmos. I feel like an Astral Dragon would be a little less fluffy. Would be like a little more like stoic, I think. You can tell that this one is just, like, enjoying the small things in life. Oh god, if it came with a weighted blanket, you'd never get out of bed. True. Very true. This is all one layer, right? Pretty sure? Yeah, okay. And the dog face. A Dreamweaver dragon. That's an interesting idea. That I could see. That I could see. Just wants to make everyone happy with cupcakes and sunshine. I love the fluffy aspect, and the soft purple is like such a great fluffy feeling. A Dreamweaver dragon, that's interesting. I love fluffy dragons. They're great. They're not all friendly, but fluffy dragons tend to be a little more docile, I think. He's friend-shaped. He is very friend-shaped, yes. This is like the therapy dragon that you have the stargazers meet to get over their anger towards other dragons. The one who just brings over cupcakes. He's very round, yes. I feel like there's some stargazers that are like, this is just propaganda. Alright, let me save this canvas so that we don't lose anything. What do we call this? Just like, I guess just sketches, doodles? It's not really baka doodles, it's kind of like, I don't know what it is. Just sketches. I probably already have a folder called sketches. I don't have a folder called sketches. Okay. I don't sketch enough. Genuinely, I do not sketch enough. Why did I have a bumper there? Because we were trying to explain the fur over the eyes look. He does almost hit the Baymax shape. This is a good dragon. I've not seen a plush that looks like this dragon. It should be a thing. It would be, like... I love fluffy dragons. You know, in some other multiverse, I might have been a fluffy dragon. And what else can we play with? The blush comes with 24 karat gold accessories, cost tens of thousands of dollars. What else do we have? We did bunnies. We did dragons. Oh! We could try playing with Selkies. I've never met the Selkies. I don't entirely know what they look like, but I heard they're like kind of seal, kind of fish looking. I can try to give my best approximation of what they might look like. I mean, I know that eventually I have to take Vesta there, but I don't actually know what a Selkie looks like. Let me see. I have yet to meet them, so... I know they stand on 2 legs. Let me think how I would draw this. Selkies are individuals who can shift between seal and human. They switch when putting on their coat. I know that, but I don't know what they... I'm not sure what they look like in Illusionari. I know what they are in, like, in regular Mythos. But I'm not really sure how they... I know they have, like, fish elements, which I know that a typical Selkie doesn't. Hmm. Rustic could be a humanoid seal with fish elements. I mean, that's what they've been described to me as, but I don't entirely know what that entails. I mean, that's literally what I said. It's hard to fit everything on the pages now. Move Ninja over here. So if they had like a seal tail, I would imagine, right? Oh my gosh, it is so hard to not swap to Kuro ink. I just end up, like, naturally wanting to go back to it. Something like this, I would imagine? I don't know if they have fins anywhere but their ears. They might have it on their hands, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna need to do some more research on them. This one's not turning out well, I think. The Kuro Inc. calls you. You have no idea, guys. Really hoping that Kuro finds his flow again. Accidental Vaporeon? Oh my gosh! So far you're making Vaporeon. I'm not trying to make a Vaporeon. Oh my gosh. Pokemon's gonna ruin everything. I swear. Pokemon's going to ruin everything. Pokemon's genuinely gonna ruin everything for me. Pokemon's gonna ruin everything for me. The first thing the Sluggy says when meeting anyone, no, I'm not a Vaporeon. Scupper the tail? What does that mean? They had like some sort of... It's just gonna end up looking like Anthro. Vaporeon has that too, don't they? Oh my gosh. And I can't give them any kind of like necklace or anything. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. That's probably too complex. Fox is suffering because everyone's just gonna say it's a Vaporeon OC. A hole in the ship's side to carry water overboard from the deck? I have no idea what they mean. You do the back fin like an angelfish? I would imagine they're all like really different, right? There can't just be one type. There's probably a variety of them. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Everything's gonna end up looking like... She doesn't know what Scupper means? She's at least 35, right? Surely she's read books where they have to dismantle a damaged ship. In what book would I have to read about dismantling a damaged ship? I'm gonna end up finding out that they have like some kind of pirate culture. I don't know anything about them. Honestly, I don't know anything about them. I know that that's where we get a lot of shell jewelry. I don't know anything about Selkie. They're really far away. I know about dragons because dragons deliver the mail. I don't know about Selkie though. Don't let it get to, the evolutions are great designs. Looking at them is a good thing. The sad thing is I wasn't even looking at them. I didn't even look at them. I think it's like, I mean, look, I know what Pokemon are to an absurd degree. Pokemon has been, like, very much a part of my inspirations for many, many years. So there's probably gonna be, like, subconscious elements happening. I genuinely don't know anything about Selkie culture, though. They're not that far away, they're just... They're a trek. What was your first Pokemon starter? I kind of went, like, back and forth on the versions of games. So, you'll have to ask me, like, which version of game you want me to answer for. Because I ended up getting, like, I didn't get any of them in order, let's say. Which one was your first game? First was... Which one was the first game? I think first was Yellow. So... In Yellow, you don't get a choice. It's Pikachu. You get Pikachu. And then I went to Red, and I think I had Charmander, and then I had Ruby, and then I had, I can't remember if I had Torchic first or Trico first. I'm trying to remember if it was Torchic or Trico. It might have been Trico? I don't remember now. Now, Mudkip wasn't like a huge meme back then. I can't remember if I chose Torchic or Trico. I think I chose Trico. I think I really like Sceptile. It sounds like you pick starters based on the color of the game. As far as I know, no. I did choose Charmander, because I like Charmander. When we return to Pokemon Pinball one day, I think the AK era Stargazers would get a kick out of that. We finished Pinball, didn't we? I mean, I guess you don't technically ever finish Pinball, but... Could always do the original Pinball, too. We didn't play that yet. What is Pokemon Pinball? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a pinball game themed with Pokemon. You say Sceptile? I always read it like Scepter. So you read it like, Sceptile? I mean, it might be wrong. I don't know. It'd be funny to see Star suffer through Pokemon Conquest. I had Conquest, and then it just, like, disappeared one day, and I never found it again. Which I still don't understand how that happened. Because I never turned it in or anything. I lost both the game and the case, but I also never took it anywhere, so I don't know why it just poof, vanished. Which is sad, because it's really valuable now. The same thing happened with me in Pokemon Black. What is up with this? I don't understand. Like, I understand losing a DS cartridge, right? Because DS cartridges are tiny. How do you then also lose the big case for it? I never finished Pokemon Black in my DS because it vanished. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, Conquest just completely vanished, and I'm like, man, Conquest is so valuable now. I lost both Diamond and Pearl. I had Diamond. How did that? I had Diamond and I had platinum, and then somehow I ended up with pearl, but I never purchased pearl? I've had weird stuff like that too. Honestly, like, game cartridges are an enigma. Remember Pokemon Rumble? Rumble was interesting. Rumble was pretty short, right? Home was infested with game gremlins. Alright, maybe the problem is I'm drawing them walking on land. Maybe I don't want them walking on... Maybe if I draw them not on land, if I draw... It's just gonna keep looking like a Vaporeon. Why am I trying? Maybe it needs whiskers. Oh, gosh. I'm gonna have to visit the Silky Shores at some point. They go to the same place dryers send the socks to. Accurate, though. Accurate. Remember there was some big post-game after main story? Probably legendaries. That's usually a Pokemon post-game. I'm trying to think of, like... Oh, the Vaporeon thing's gonna kill me now. I'm trying to think what else. Let me think here. Alright. Let me try to, like... see if this helps at all. Biblically accurate Silky. I'm trying to think here. Okay. Maybe if I... Maybe like this. Yeah, I need like I need like an emote of like the the thinking I need the loading emote above my head when I do this so I don't confuse people. What if I did something like this? That could be interesting. Alright, let's try that. You just need your forehead start to spin. My gosh. It's something like this. Sometimes if you don't know what to draw, then sometimes throwing a bunch of scribbles down as if you're looking into the clouds can be a really good way of doing so. Something like and then you can just sort of try to develop it as you go. And I think I've said before that, like, I don't have good visualization. So what I have to do is I have to sort of, like, make a bunch of shapes so that there's something visual on the paper, and then I can try to go from there, and then sort of build it up as I go, right? That's kind of how it has to work for me. So then I can keep going with this idea. And then I can keep building it up. Maybe here it's like, you know. Maybe it's like a tattered cloak or something. But I have to have something on the screen to work from, because it's very hard for me to see anything, like, in my mind's eye, right? Sometimes I can do it, but it involves me, like, shutting my eyes and being silent. And I try to not do that on stream, but that's kind of where the loading icon would probably happen. But yeah, basically when you're stuck, you can try to do that. You can just try to, like, scribble around and force yourself to see shapes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes a few tries. But basically, your main thing is, like, when you're working, you have to get rid of the blank page. When you have the blank page, it just makes everything so much more difficult. So finding a way to eliminate the blank page really helps. I find watching the eye tracking and work on the chibi model really mesmerizing for some reason. Mind if I ask what that is you're drawing? Heck if I know! That's kind of the whole point, right? The whole point is I have no idea what I'm drawing. I genuinely don't know. I'm going with shapes, and I'm just, like, developing it as I go, and I think it's turned into, like, a rogue wolf or something. Also, I'm really bad at designing clothes. It's you during an anti-hero phase. It doesn't have wings, though. Alright, have a good day, Ertain. I'm gonna draw the... Trying to figure out how to do the, You're trying to grip something from that angle. There we go. Hello, hello! The cloak is the wings. I think I was saying earlier at one point, right, that I did have, like, some weird dream at one point. Where I was wearing, like, some kind of cloak, except I was very much wanted, so it was kind of freaky. How much? How much what? How much were you wanted for? I don't know. I wasn't really gonna stick around and find out, you know? Are you asking how much my bounty was? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really gonna stick around and find out that information, you know? Wanted dinner live Starlight Kari rewards 7 million cheese. It was scary. Wow, Johnny Virgil way underestimates your value. Only 200 cheese from Johnny. Wow, you guys. No one even wants to help me. They're just like, yeah, that sounds good. We'll take the prize money. I see how it is. Wow, okay. Thanks, silence. Concept cheese are valued by color, like in a looter. Blue cheese is mythic. I wonder if I can make the tail crazy. Like I saw with that hair tutorial. How would that work? No, I don't know how they do it, honestly. I don't know how they do that, how they make the crazy hair fur thing. Oh well. You don't mind if I take some of these concepts and put it into Predator Starcraft? I mean, none of these are official. Clearly, I don't know what a Selkie looks like. Want to step on your toes, so to speak? I mean, there's dragons in Illusionary. The wolf dude is just because I don't know what to draw right now. And the rest, I don't know. I just drew Random Bunny and Ningcha, and that's just fan art, so. Draw a cowboy shrimp with a revolver hunting down Star for the cheese bounty. I don't really want to do the second half of that. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is just like pure, I have no idea. I am just drawing to keep my hand moving, honestly. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Yeah, that's better. Let's see how this is gonna look. Here goes the art kind of question. I remember a while ago about the shrimp drawing tutorial. Have you done some process like that? If yes, which object/being did you use? Haven't actually done that kind of thing. I'm trying to think. The thing where you, like, draw it from memory, draw it from reference, and then try to draw it from memory. I haven't actually done that exercise before. Not that I can remember, anyway. What? I got done checking the local area on the QPU grid. You're actually fairly rare. Out of 64,000 QPUs, you only turned up 83 times, and none were fluffy dragons. What? Bizarrely, in most of them, you were either a Western Pyrota or a Burmese python. What is that? What? Pyrotia? What is that? Well, okay, so there's a bird element, clearly. The heck? It looks like it's wearing an umbrella. That is strange. It looks like it's wearing an umbrella. Oh, alright then. An umbrella? It's just a fancy nun habit? What? What? I'm very confused now. Do you draw landscapes and backgrounds or mainly characters? I can do backgrounds, yes. The Sea Hero pieces that I do are always full background. I've done a few commissions that are full background. Yeah, I don't shy away from backgrounds. They're harder. They will absolutely, I will charge for that, but yeah, I can do background. I just don't do it too often, like just in my regular. Okay, I can't really say regular. I don't really have regular art time of my own. But yes, I can do background. He has a great old fancy background tutorial on YouTube. That is true. It's not even that old. It's just before the Arknights thing happened. Not even that old. I do have a background tutorial on YouTube. No one ever really watched it. I mean, you guys might have. I just mean, like, it didn't get anywhere on YouTube. Genuinely don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I do like using the rough wash brush, though. Adds cool effects. Allows me to play a lot with texture. How were art lessons at uni like? Oh man. The range is, gigantic. I'm not even sure where to start with that. no teacher was the same. Every teacher was very, very, very different. Some teachers I loved, some teachers I hated, some teachers more people I think should have hated. I learned a lot. I don't even know how to answer that, because it's just, it was... You can't really, like, just sum it up, you know? What if I did, like, an overlay? Would that look cool? I did, like, a... Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Kind of adds some variety, texture. Yeah, that's cool. Would you go back to art school again if you were redoing that part, or would you do something else? That's a really hard one, honestly. Art school gives you a lot of opportunity to be able to make art without having to worry about finances, right? Like, if you're in uni, then you're sort of in a place where you don't have to I wish that someone had, It's hard to say, because you'll hear the professors say things like, this is your last chance to make art, freely. Like, you'll never again be able to just do what you want. You'll always have to do what other people say. And they kind of made it think like that art that you made during that time had to be the best ever. And I think I've improved so much since leaving that I wouldn't have believed that as much. But there is still the sense that you do have more free time at that point to work on stuff, but if the stuff that you're working on wasn't actually... It's so hard to tell, because, like, it eventually does form your work, right? Like, your work would be different if you hadn't done it. So it's really hard to say if things would go the same way or not. I wish that I had done more anime-style work for sure, but then I have to think about the fact that, like, you know, kids definitely are going to art school now doing anime style, and it's getting more and more competitive. So, I don't know, am I in a good place now that I wouldn't have otherwise known? It's one of those, like, you know, you don't really know how things would have changed. You didn't get to do what you wanted, you had to do what they wanted. I know. It's hard to tell, like, what helped you without you realizing it versus what was hindering you, you know? It's kind of just, it's hard to, it's that very, like, Scrooge, was it Scrooge? I don't remember. That feeling of, like, you think that, no, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You don't know how much would change if you did it a different way, I guess, is the best way I can say it. You don't know if things would change in a way that you really didn't like. I like to think that everything happens for a reason in some form or another. Like, yeah, is it frustrating and you're still gonna complain about it? Absolutely. But you have to think about, like, if you did it a different way, would it have had a worse outcome, even though you think it would have been a better outcome? You know what I mean? I'm sure you didn't expect such a annoyingly philosophical answer. I don't know. I mean, would I be doing children's books, or would I be doing, like, I don't know, grocery store flyers? Would I try doing stuff that was anime style and then end up hating it because everyone was doing it and everything was super competitive? I have no idea. Back to the Future was a cautionary tale. It's just like, you know, I think about how jealous I am now of the young kids who basically do just convince the teachers that they should be allowed to do anime work. And I just think, but if everyone is doing that, then everyone must feel so far behind. You know? And then like those kids are comparing themselves to like the kids in art school in China who all want to work for major game companies. And then it's like, but do you get to the point where your mindset would have been totally different? Because instead of having this niche thing that you want to do, now everyone's doing it? I don't know. Because the only reason I'm surviving doing anime work right now is because I'm going beyond just doing anime art as an artist. And I'm being, like, you know, I have the brand of Starlight doing anime art. People aren't commissioning me for anime art, they're commissioning me because they know me from live streaming. So it's a very different direction. It's a very different audience. So I don't know, it's just so hard to say, like, what would have happened if you had done it in a different way? Would it have failed even worse? I don't know. I'm playing catch-up, but is that catch-up a better form of catch-up than what I would have otherwise had? I really don't know. All I can say is that I think I did learn a lot with the experience I had. I think that my portfolio is drastically different now than what it was back then. For the better or the worse, I don't really know. But I think that in terms of technical ability, I think my technical ability is much higher now than when I left. I think that's what I can say fairly. Let's try changing the levels a little bit. And then let's try desaturating it a little. Is that kind of the same, or did that... Yeah, that's better. I always phrase it this way, do I have regrets? Yes. Well, would I do things any different? No. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. It's like, I'm so grateful to be able to, like, have these streams and do that with you guys, and I don't know if I did anything differently, if that would get rid of that, you know? If that would accidentally change things. So I don't know. I mean, if that prevented... It's one of those things where it's like, you know, you also wouldn't miss something you didn't know you were missing. So it's kind of weird. in that way. But I can say that I'm very grateful for what I'm doing now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep it up forever. I'm trying. I want to keep it up for as long as I possibly can. I'm doing my best to do that. But, you know, it's gonna take a lot of additional work to do that. This one reminds me of that Gacha Studio Fairy. What's the Gacha Studio Fairy? I believe in Fox. Thank you! Got my new suitcase, so I'm looking to get some stickers printed for it. Oh man, I haven't done stickers in so long, but I want to. I do have old stickers, but the designs are just so out of date. Might end up asking for the dragon to put on the suitcase. You think the dragon would make a fun sticker? Oh, the really annoying part about me is that, like, the minute that you say you want something made into merch, I'm looking at it and I'm like, now it has to be clean. Characters looking more and more like a gritty Mirror World anti-Little Red Riding Hood. I genuinely don't know what I was doing. I just needed to fill the page. Aww. No, dang it, that defeats the purpose! It's so hard! It's so hard to not want to clean something up. Especially the minute that you say that you want it made into merch! Make the simple stickers start. Ah. No finishing allowed, today's doodle only. I know, but later, if you say later you want to turn something into a sticker, it's like, ah. Keeping you, Starlight, the world will be less enjoyable without you. Oh. Thank you, Trion, that's very sweet of you. It is kind of funny that the work got, like, more detailed as we went. Started with a little bunny. Then we had Naincha, then we did Durgan, then we got... I don't know what happened here, but... it's kind of cool. It came about from doing this. You know, that's kind of the fun... That's the funky part, right? We found it through this scribbly mess. Anyway, if I can cite Star Rail, I think my favorite phrase is, when you have a chance to make a choice, make one that you know you won't regret. Ah. That is very deep. Born out of the primordial spaghetti! So scribbly mess make the wolf, yes. Yes, the scribbly mess. Let me see if we can, identify it. Can we identify it from here or no? Yeah, kind of. You can kind of see where it was going. Do you kind of see, like, where I was grabbing it from? And then we just sort of went from there, and then we ended up with, like, this little guy. The ears are definitely there, exactly, yeah. Yeah. So if you're ever, like, at a loss on what to be drawing, then, you know, scribbling and turning the page around until you find something, that's always a good way to do it. I think the dragon's my favorite. Totally not biased with the colors today. But I do think the dragon's my favorite. I don't know. This was nice, though. This was really nice. We never get... It was not entirely easy, mind you, because I'm telling you guys, the blank page is not easy. But honestly, like, being able to just doodle, doodle mindlessly, it's really, really hard to tackle the blank page. That's why a lot of times I need prompts. But having stream where it's like, you can just have fun making cute or cool thing, and it doesn't have to be finished. You don't have to turn it into a product. You don't have to make it into a thing. I think that's kind of something I needed today. I think I needed a stream to just play, you know? All pages are blank until they're not. You did a good job filling this one. Thank you. Yeah. I needed the play. I think it was important to have the play. Ugh. I think we will probably wrap it up there, though. We still have to, we have to start Final Sylvester's tomorrow, and I'm honestly kind of nervous, because I'm not 100% right now. Like, I'm fine. I don't have, like, all of the energy that I need, to do reading and stream stuff, so hopefully it gets easier tomorrow. I was thinking about doing this type of drawing too? Yeah, just like let your mind wander. It's great. Yeah, it's been 2.5 hours, so I think we are good. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. With big story reading, I'm kind of 50-50 in all honesty. So we'll see. I'll try making a decision tomorrow on if I can handle doing the stream or not, okay? But hopefully we can. We'll see. Alright. But with that being said, definitely wishing you all the best. Make sure that you join the Discord if you haven't yet. I think everybody in here has, but you never know. There could be lurkers. Can I show tails? Oh my gosh. Alright, give me a sec here. You can't see my tails otherwise. There you go. There you go. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. And well, thank you so much, Stargazers. I wish you all the best.